But we playing this for Elliott Wilson, DJ Head, and Jeremy Heck. Their Bigger Picture podcast, as we knew it, at least on Up Rocks, has come to an end.
Damn.
This was announced immediately following the Need to Know podcast ending. So these are two podcasts in our orbit.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. Okay. So the Bigger Picture podcast, as we knew it, is no longer. The as we knew it is funny, tricky words.
Sounds like a remix coming.
Tricky words.
Yeah.
It sounds like a rebrand is coming. It sounds like you're doing shit to get some eyes on you. But as I understand it, their deal with Up Rocks has come to an end. Or Up Rocks told them to get the fuck out of here. Either way, it's no longer an Up Rocks thing. So even if they continue to pod independently, which I don't know if they will, I haven't spoken to any of them, their pod is over in connection to who was distributing it. Sad day.
I hope that they do decide to rebrand somewhere else. I enjoyed that show.
I enjoyed the three of them. I don't really care if they're together or not. Head with Gina Views is awesome.
True.
Gina the shit.
I love
Jeremy Heck, when he came here, his significant other was like with him in terms of the business and getting him info and getting him right. So I think he'll bounce back.
Yeah.
And Elliott's been around for ages, so I think he'll also be fine. I didn't really give a fuck about Up Rocks. Actually, to my surprise, I didn't know that their show was birthed around the Kendrick and Drake beef. I'm not talking about the timing,
right?
But I didn't know that. The backdrop, they said, was a combination of Toronto and LA. I never knew that. Up Rocks probably paid them to just cover the Drake and Kendrick shit. Three great people to do it. I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, me either.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I will miss the show if it doesn't come back. I do know that.
I gave my podcast talk last podcast, but I think that most of the podcasts are done. I think if you're not a top podcast, you're done.
Bro, yeah.
The bubble's clearly
them shits is
the bubble been over.
Left and right.
If you're not a top, if you're not at the top of the top of the top of this thing, then I think you're done.
Why?
People with names, people without names, huh?
Why do you say that?
Because where's the money coming from? Where's the money coming from right now? Whoever is looking to pump millions and multi-millions and fucking all this money into podcasting, what they're going to do is go pull up numbers. It ain't often that they have a pulse on what's going on. They're going to go look at numbers. Those numbers are going to be the top 20 to 30, sometimes top 5. Like, they're going to pull up the top. That's who they're going to do business with. The people that can actually impact business. I'm not talking about y'all with your Stitched ads and the old McDonald's ads, the old Bevel ads. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the big boys.
I see.
I'm talking about the big boys and the big business.
Got you.
Like whatever pods just ended up on Netflix, from Spotify, like this big business going on still. Podcasting is still a huge business. They just have figured out who's a major player in it and who ain't.
Are they still running around like basically, how can I say it, granting big names new podcasts? Because remember, that was a thing before.
No, I don't see that.
But I'm saying, I'm talking about the new, you said whoever new players trying to jump in and dump a bunch of money into it. Is that their plan, or is it we going already established?
No, they're going to already established. We've seen the big boom you talking about is when people, they was just throwing money at anybody.
Yeah, if you had a name, they would throw some money out there.
It's over for that. They've gotten wiser. They got analytics.
They took their L's.
They robbed who they needed to rob. The licensing deals that they did, they took all the data from you. You're useless now. Like it's a different ballgame. So you got to be at the top of the top to get any business done. I don't think that Elliott Head and Jeremy were at the tippity top of anything. And that's why I don't do deals like that. Because now look what you did. You took a check from Up Rocks at the peak of hip hop. Because I think everybody did great during Kendrick and Drake's beef. I think everybody
outside of content creators, so everybody ate off of that.
All right, so if you want to, well, I'll speak for me. I like to ride the peaks and valleys of hip hop. So when there's a spike, it comes back to me and not Up Rocks. So now Uprock saw the spike. They got all the data. They figured out what was what, and now they want absolutely nothing to do with you. They gave you what? They gave you shorts.
But do you think from what I see, the consistency of a bunch of podcasts, not even talking about Elliott and them, and then a lot of these niggas don't be compelling. So I think that's something that we offer. Yo, it could be a shitty news week. We just did 2 hours. We damn near on 2 hours. And we ain't talking about half the shit on the board.
Just we're the best in the world.
I know. So this is my point. What I'm saying is I think that that's lacking everywhere else. And I think when you got 100 motherfuckers talking about the same exact content every day, it's going to get, you know what I mean? Like, this shit is like, oh,
yeah, but
boy.
it's too many podcasts for that, right? Like, I don't want you to get stuck to your algorithm. When you pull up the top 20 and 30 and 40,
It's not hip-hop.
it ain't.
No, that's what I'm talking
It ain't none of that at all.
And that's what I was talking about in our demo. I wasn't even talking about the other boys.
Our demo's over. It's
Yeah.
us. We don't have. That's why I keep fighting that our demo. That's not our demo.
True.
That
I
ain't
agree.
our demo
I
at
agree with
all.
that. I agree with
Our
that.
demo, we banging.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
We banging with these niggas.
I agree with
so
that. I agree with that.
yeah, like the people in this hemisphere.
Yeah.
Sorry, we don't have much in common.
And then the big names have proven not to generate revenue.
The big name, the big name. Well, I'm talking about the established podcasts that are impactful.
He wasn't talking. He was talking about.
Oh, no, that's over.
Remember when they
giving money
gave
to
Obama's a podcast?
Amy Schumer.
Yeah,
yeah.
anybody.
No,
anybody.
those days are over. They only dealing with who is impactful.
You've already been proven in podcasting.
That's it.
like the
That's
same
who's
as
getting it
music.
back.
yeah,
Same
pretty
as
much.
music.
It makes
Exact
sense.
same shit.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Same shit.
Yeah, they ain't gonna just keep fucking throwing money around.
If you don't got an audience, I'm not giving you a deal.
Or you might have an audience that might not translate.
But it might not be over here.
to
Yeah, true.
audio
Yeah.
or video. You know what I'm saying?
But be clear, Joe Budden said this at the beginning of podcasting. At the beginning of podcasting, I told y'all that the Offices and the Seinfelds and the Friends carry the rest of y'all.
Yeah. As do the Taylor Swifts and Drakes. And
Yeah,
Same thing.
same thing in music.
Same
They,
thing.
they
You say it all the
carry the
time.
rest of y'all.
Yep.
So, sorry, it's fucked up. But
But if you go independent, you can keep your costs down and make some money, then you can still win. Like, same thing with music.
people don't want to go independent. They don't want to spend their own money.
That part.
I've been
Yeah.
telling Elliott
Same
Wilson
thing
to
with
spend
music.
his own money for ages. He won't.
Rather take the check.
I told him to come with me to Everyday Struggle. No. He went over there to wherever the fuck he went. It wasn't Everyday Struggle. Who knows what he did? That Everyday Struggle shit, what a mistake. What a mistake. I mean, I told him to his face, so I don't feel bad saying that. What a mistake.
Turning it down.
They didn't have an extra $4,000 for you. Nigga, that was a brand builder. That was a portfolio builder. That was a brand changer. That was the best hip hop show ever fucking created, if you're asking me. You do that. You do that for a short. You do that for a look. You do that for the machine that was complex and what they were able to do. You just, I don't get it, man. But whatever. Elliott, I love you. DJ Head, Jeremy Heck, love you guys. I'm sure each one of you will land on your feet, but not just for them, for podcasters out there, it's dark. Me and Ian predict that 40% of podcasters will be done in the next few months.
Months?
Months. Most of them are done right now. They're just not announcing it. They're not saying it. They holding on by the thread of they skinny. Yeah, I see it. I can see it. They finished already. These niggas are doing everything but podcasting.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't at B&H no more. Niggas is fucking. Oh my god.
Joe, are we gonna see more quiet cancellations instead of like these announcements in the next 3 or 4 months? Is it gonna be people just kind of slowly fading out, just disappearing? Or
Yeah. I mean, I think that you're gonna see all kinds of cancellations. The quiet ones, the announced ones, some breakups, some money feuds. I think that in the next 6 months, you're gonna see all of that shit.
I just saw Questlove got a new show after canceling Questlove Supreme.
Yeah. I
He's got like a soldier. I haven't listened to it yet,
I haven't listened to it either, but
but it was interesting.
And again, I said this last part, I'll say it again, and I'm not gonna beat y'all down. Podcasting is tough.
It is.
It is tough.
It's tough.
I know people think that you're just sitting on the couch and yakety talking with
It's
some
not.
people
It's
you
a
know.
full-time
It
fucking
looks
job.
easy, but
It's tough.
It looks very easy.
looks
Balancing
whack.
potting with balancing your life.
Yeah.
It can get tough.
New Joe Budden.